You can smell it. Eels have terrible vision, but great sense of smell. Boom. What's up, reefers? Welcome back to another episode of Zoa Tank Boys. In this episode, we're gonna do a major reef update. It's been a couple weeks. I want to say about 3 or 4 weeks that I haven't posted a video. That Zoa Tank Boys haven't posted a video. I got super sick with the flu, and then Hector got sick with the flu. So now we're back, guys, and there's been a whole bunch of changes that have happened to all of the reefs. We're gonna take a look at the Red Sea Max Nano. So if you guys watched the last episode, we did start the Anemone build. So we're gonna take a look at what I added to that reef tank. We're gonna take a look at, do I have anemones in there? What types of clownfish do I have in the Red Sea Max Nano? And apart from that, the next thing we're gonna look at is the Red Sea 170. Guys, there's been so much growth in that tank. 2 or 3 weeks just from being sick at work. I haven't been able to document it as good. If you follow us on Zoa Tank Boys on Instagram, you are gonna see a lot of the more immediate updates. It's more instant. I can film it, I can post it. So follow us on Instagram, Zoa Tank Boys. And the last thing, the one thing we haven't really dove into a lot on this channel is the innovative marine 30-gallon long. So this is gonna be a pretty long video. We'll go in detail, and we're gonna take a look at all those tanks. So let's take a look at how they're doing and all that fun stuff. Here we have the Red Sea 170. So everything seems to be doing pretty good. Got the Euphyllias up there thriving, fully open, happy. So I was able to pick up a nice frag of the Jason Fox Bloodshots. One of my favorite zoas. It's been a while that I was looking for, and I finally was able to capture it. One of the cooler corals that I have in here, if you guys haven't noticed, I transferred a lot of my acan colonies. So here I have 2 of the nice colorful orange ones, a couple sun-kissed mushrooms. But check this guy out, guys. I got him from Top Shelf Aquatics. They call it the Infinity Shroom. Actually, I think they call it the Infinity Gauntlet. So it is about a split. Crazy colors. But everything seems to be doing pretty good. Got the 2 AI primes that I'm running. Super simple reef. I don't have a lot of fish in here. I have been wanting to add some zoas. Not zoas, excuse me. Some more fish, some anthias. So if you guys have anthias, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I've always heard that they are finicky eaters. So that would be a nice, probably a set. I've always liked the spotted anthias or the Bourbonius anthias. Those are super expensive. Here we have some of the zoas, rock flower anemones. I do have an Iron Man mushroom colony back there. But here you see a lot of the corals. I'm wearing an MP10 power head. For some reason, this video is getting a glare, but I just replaced the carbon, so it's running super clean. I do have a pretty nice Montepora frag up there that I have on a sucker right now, but I'm probably gonna move it around. But yeah, guys, quick update on the Red Sea 170. What do you guys think? Nice sun-kissed mushroom right there. Can't forget about the OG bounce. When you back up, you get a really good perspective on that bounce mushroom. Guys, if you remember, or if you've been following the channel, that gold hammer, come on Gomez, out of the way. That gold hammer was teeny tiny when I got it. And now he is massive. And he just split. So he's looking super happy. But yeah, guys, Red Sea 170. Alright, gang, so here we have the innovative marine 30-gallon long. So this tank, I haven't been documenting a lot of it. It's been a lot of moving pieces, but everything seems to be doing pretty good now. I am running 2 AI primes. But this tank first started out as the main tank, then it turned up to being kind of like the leftover coral tank, but now it's turning into a pretty cool display. If you hear some pigs in the background, those are my 2 dogs. acting a little crazy. But let's take a closer look at some of these corals. So I do have a lot of zoas in here, believe it or not. All right, guys, so really nice dunking colony. That dunking colony has been through so much, but it has tons of little babies, as you can see. And it's pretty big. It's probably the size of a baseball. That frog spawn in the back was one of the original colonies that I've had forever, and I've fragged over and over. So here are two of my favorite corals. So this right here is a huge acan colony. Another acan colony there. Shout out to Living Reef. I did pick that up not a couple years ago, probably about almost a year ago. But when you see me back up, you can actually get perspective of how big those acan colonies are. The GSP finally started encrusting. You can kind of get a good look at it in the back. I do have a Cyphastria back that's now starting to take off. So, nice little bounce mushroom I got over here. Another acan colony. Torches. So this tank, believe it or not, it's one of the least amount of maintenance tanks that I have. I just let it run. I'm not running carbon, literally just weekly water changes. Yellow Watchman Goby down there hanging out. This guy has so much personality. He comes around, eats. Never had an issue with him. I do have a mystery wrasse in there. But yeah, guys, I love the shape of this tank. It's a unique shallow type tank. But the corals love it here. If any of you guys have an innovative marine 30-gallon long, if you do, leave a comment. What kind of corals do you have? What lights are you running? Do you like it? I did recently add 3 peppermint shrimps in here to control some of the aptasia. So if you guys have been following a couple episodes back, I did have a filefish in here that controlled most of the aptasia. As you guys know, zoanthids are the type of coral that do have pests, a lot of pests. So no matter how much I try to keep this tank clean, aptasia always ends up getting in here. So the filefish at first was the main source of control, but then after he went rogue, had to figure out a way to keep it clean. So I do have some peppermint shrimp. They're all hiding in there. But they've been doing a pretty good job so far. They've been in here a couple days. And I do see some reduction in aptasia, but only time will tell. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right, Reefers, so now let's take a look at the Anemone tank. That's the one that I've been working on. Let's see what that one looks like. All right, so here you have me at the Worldwide Corals location in Winter Park, picking up the first anemone for the Anemone tank. So they had a really nice specimen, a neon green bubble tip anemone. So here you have them bagging them up and getting him ready to go back to the tank. And as you guys know, no anemone tank is complete without a good pair of clownfish. So here you have me searching their clown selection to figure out what clowns are going to be perfect for the Red Sea build. So I put all the bags in here, I'm floating them. So I got 3 skunks and a neon green bubble tip anemone. So in the small breeder box, I did have to capture the hawkfish because he is super aggressive. So I have him in here. We'll see what I can come up with. I do have the little snowflake eel still in there. So he's super small. I don't think anything crazy should happen. I'm cleaning the glass right now. So the way that I want to acclimate this is I'm going to put the anemone in here. And I'm not going to put any flow at all. That way he can try to grip his foot. So I'm going to leave it open for about 30 minutes. Shout out to Worldwide Coral. Dude, I'm making such a mess right now. So, whatever you do, don't clean the glass like me. Because I got water all over the place. But, I don't know about you, I hate having a dirty glass. Hate having dirty glass. So, I'll clean it real quick. and then we'll get them acclimated and put them in the tank. Alright guys, so I got the anemone in here, and I got the 3 skunk clownfish in here. So, here we have the breeder box. Okay, so I was able to catch the hawkfish. I put him in here. Again, he's an awesome fish, but is a bit aggressive. So I'm gonna put him in here, see how he does. In a perfect world, I'll let him go and everybody will coexist. But for now, he's in the breeder box, he's eating, he's good. The anemone is in the tank. The clownfish are hiding. So I turned off all the flow. The only flow that's not turned off is the return pump. I did think about turning it off, but I literally put them in here. 5 minutes later, I looked and the foot's already attaching. So I don't think I'm gonna need to do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let everything acclimate. In the next 30 or 40 minutes, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get a good shot and see how this anemone is doing. This anemone is huge. So he's way bigger than he looked in the Yellowfest. So that's a good thing. But let's see how he does.
Alright reefers, so while the anemones acclimate, check out this incredible display at the Worldwide Corals location in Central Florida. Only red bubble tips, rainbow bubble tips, yellow tanks, but incredible display.
Alright Reef Squad, so here we are. The Red Sea Max Nano. So what am I running in this tank? Well, as you guys know, I love AI primes. So I do have an AI prime in there. Alright, so the types of clowns that I got skunk clowns. I've never had skunk clowns, but I've always been a fan of them. So I picked up 3. And as soon as I got them, they started hosting the anemone. So here you see 2 of them, there's the other little guy. So if you have 3, they're still kind of getting used to each other. So regarding the anemones, I picked up this really nice bright green anemone at Worldwide Corals in Winter Park. Huge shout out to them. Great price, great specimen, and it hasn't had any issues. Barely's moved. And if you guys can see down there, they do have a little buddy. Yeah, that's a snowflake eel. Little guy hasn't gone after the fish at all. He's super relaxed. I do feed him krill every other day, once every 3 days. But this tank has been doing really good. Now, here's why. The big box stores are really good, you know, the Worldwide Coral, all the main stores, but it's also good to talk to your local hobbyists because, as you can see up there, you can't really see it too well from here. Let's see if I get a better shot. I do have a rainbow bubble tip anemone. Oh, there you can see the great shot. A rainbow bubble tip anemone. Guys, I picked this thing up for virtually nothing. Picked it up, it was a steal from one of the local reefers. His anemones kept splitting. I found him on one of the online forums. I went to his house, actually did him a favor because I didn't have room for it, and did myself a favor because I needed him. So, if you guys remember, I did have that really big rainbow bubble tip, but unfortunately one day I came home and he got sucked into a power head. So, believe it or not, it's not the first time that's happened to me. So now the way I took precaution was I'm only using the return pump. So I know they have the covers for the anemones. I've used them. I'm just not a big fan of them. And after doing tons and tons of research, some people will argue that anemones love flow. I would argue that they like a little flow, but they like more kind of still water. These anemones have been wide open. You can actually see his mouth right there. I saw the mother anemone, and I think it's ridiculous. So far this is what I have. I know in a couple months I'll start splitting and start growing, and that's when it's gonna be pretty awesome. I do want to add another fish or 2. Let me know what you guys think. But so far this is what we have. I'm really liking this tank. So let me know what you guys think, your experiences with anemones, and your remedies. So not getting them sucked into the power head.
Hey guys, here's a reef update on our 10-gallon nano. Let's get right into it.
So you got some pretty cool things. One thing that you notice down here, this right here guys, is the Yuma that was completely melted. Look at the recovery on that. You guys remember from the last video? We actually got two new guys. Let's see if we can spot them. There's one. 6-line wrasse. It's a cool little guy. And we also got a pygmy geometric anthias. You won't be able to see him because he likes to hide a lot, but I'll put a photo up so you can see him. On the rack here, we have some blue lagoons, we have some Mary Janes, we have some Hellboys, some Cat Eyes, Stranger Things. Here, let's check out the top view. Got some Whoville's. We actually got some new mushrooms too. So I was in Miami about 2 weeks ago, and we actually got this bounce mushroom right here for a steal. And then a few days ago I was actually in Living Reef, and I managed to get my hands on this one here. This is a Spider-Man mushroom. And there you have it, guys. That's the reef update for the 10-gallon nano. Back to you, Manny.
Alright, Reefers, so I'm gonna feed the tank. What I like to feed the tank, I love mysis, but I don't feed mysis or the cube food all the time because they do have a lot of phosphates, a lot of oils. So mainly I treat that as like a little treat for the fish. This is what I feed, prime reef flakes. So what I like to do every other day, give or take, I just like to take a little pinch. I don't like a lot of it in there. So let's check this out. I literally grab a little pinch of this food and I get it close to the power head, but not too close. Look how crazy the fish go over this. They love that food. And the reason you don't want to get it too close to the power heads, guys, is because the food will actually get stuck there and then it'll become waste. So we don't want to do that. Alright, so let's actually go feed the skunk clowns in this thing. Let's feed these other guys. Clowns, the skunk clowns. Again, I like to take a little pinch, nothing too elaborate. Remember, a fish's stomach is as big as his eye, so if you feed that much, it'll just go to waste. With the little egg crate makeshift thing that I made up, drop it in there. Let them go. Now I am gonna feed the snowflake eel. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab some krill and then we'll feed the snowflake eel. This is what I feed, guys. Whoop. Let's see. That's exactly what I feed. It's frozen pieces of krill. And what I like to do is I like to grab a chunk. I like to feed my eel about 2 or 3 chunks. And you're about to see how he's gonna come out and go after it. I pinch it. And you gotta be careful because these clowns will eat it. I like to move it around a little bit to get the fragrance in the water and to thaw the food out. Look at the eel coming out. You can smell it. Eels have terrible vision but great sense of smell. Boom. Look at him. Alright guys, we have 2 more pieces that I'm going to feed him. And remember, the food is frozen, so you want to give it maybe like a 5-10 second shake so it thaws out. This piece of krill will thaw really quick, but you see the clowns are going after it? Let me make sure. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Come on buddy, round 2. And this is one way that you keep your eel away from eating your fish. If he associates you actually feeding him with this stick, he's not going to look at the clowns as food, especially in an established reef. So here's going to be my little trick to getting these anemones to grow big. I actually feed my anemones. So if this eel doesn't eat this piece of krill, so you might just go after it. Let's do one more time. Whoa, get away, clowns. And he's still hungry. Check this out, guys. Look at that. Okay, no more for the eel. I don't want to get too fat. Don't fat shame your eel. Alright, check this out. I have a little piece of krill. Just drop it in the anemone. Be soft and gentle because you don't want to hurt the anemone. His tentacles grab it. He'll start to close up in a minute. And I do want to put a little piece for the rainbow bubble tip, a very small piece. Pull it out a little bit. Now this I'll put in my hand. I'm gonna see put my hand in here, and he literally grabs it. Look at that. Get a good shot up here. And he'll close up really fast and start eating that piece of krill. Alright, Reefers, so there you have it. I fed both anemones, the clowns, and the eel. Everybody's nice and stuffed crust.
Alright, Reefers, so we hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Zoa Tank Boys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and follow us on Instagram at Zoa Tank Boys. Till next time, we're out.